Tonight, Cheney Lake standing nearly 6.5 feet below normal. That's less than 65% full, putting Wichita on the brink of mandatory water restrictions.
So who uses the most water? Who really depends on it to keep their city or their businesses going? Brandon Stead has a breakdown of some of those new numbers. Brandon?
Yeah, Mike, Rachel, the city of Wichita treats more than 19 billion gallons of water each year. And we ask for the top 30 users of that water supply. Tonight, we look at why that supply is so vital to not only Wichita, but the entire metro.
So the Wichita Water Utility treats and delivers more than 19 billion gallons of water annually to serve our customers.
When you think of customers, you're probably thinking of those just in the city of Wichita. But this treated 19 billion gallons of water actually goes far beyond the city limits.
Besides the city limits of Wichita, we furnish drinking water to 11 wholesale customers, other cities and towns of the second and third class, and also to rural water districts.
12 News asked the city for the top 30 water users from roughly the past year. When it comes to other cities or rural water districts that distribute Wichita water to their own customers, the city of Derby tops the list with 1.03 billion gallons, followed by Valley Center, Rural Water District 3 near Derby, Bel Air, and Rose Hill. The manufacturing industry is also a huge user of the public water system. Spirit Aerosystems tops this list with 841 million gallons, followed by Dole Foods, Cargill Soybean, McConnell Air Force Base, and Smithfield Farmland. And before you ask about these businesses, in 2017, Spirit started using gray water for their manufacturing operations. If you're not familiar with that, gray water is the water that comes from your sink, drain, bathtub, or shower. It is not sewer water. And with that switch last year, Spirit saved 394 million gallons of potable water.